Welcome to Casper Trends. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 creepiest things found underwater. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Casper Trends for future updates. The ocean is a vast body of water that covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. Even while humans have only mapped and studied a small portion of it, we've discovered some incredible things. Let's dive in and explore some of the most crazily weird and interesting objects that call the deep blue sea home, from underwater ruins and museums to incredibly unique, and downright terrifying, aquatic critters. Even though only approximately 10% of the seafloor has been investigated, our meager research has revealed one thing: the waters contain some terrifyingly weird creatures. There's certainly stuff hiding down there that should definitely simply be left alone. From natural, but terrible, structures and trenches to shipwrecks and strange monsters. Because we don't know nearly as much about the water as we do about the surface, the creepiest spots under the sea are far more unsettling than any weird sight on land. The Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, the deepest region of the ocean, lies 7 miles below the surface, a mile and a half deeper than Mount Everest. Who knows what you'll find if you go down there? It's possible that real-life sea monsters exist. Dive into these strange undersea locations and you'll feel like you've entered a sci-fi planet or maybe a horror film. These are the sites where humans are confronted with horror, danger, and even death. Even catching a peek of some of these eerie underwater locations is enough to make you feel uneasy. The Mariana Trench holds the planet's deepest known point. Only 3 people have visited the Mariana Trench's deepest point, the Challenger Deep, which is 6.83 miles, 10.99 kilometers, deep. It's pitch black down there, the water pressure is enough to kill you, and there are hydrothermal vents blowing out water hot enough to melt your flesh, so it's hard to blame explorers for being wary. Here are the top 10 most terrifying things discovered underwater. Number 10. Train wreck under the sea. A train cemetery off the shore of New Jersey is where we start our exploration of the eerie objects that await us in the abyss of the ocean. Under 1985, archaeologists and divers unearthed 2 rare locomotives submerged in 90 feet of water. This is made further stranger by the fact that these vintage trains date from the 1850s. The exact route taken by the locomotives is still a mystery. Their disappearance while being transported on a barge from Boston is thought to have been caused by a storm, according to researchers. The 2 trains may be resurfaced and restored, but there are currently no firm plans in place to rescue these 15-ton behemoths from their maritime graves. For the time being, they serve as a spooky diving landmark. Number 9. A Stone Age village. Our next stop on our underwater adventure is an ancient Neolithic village. The new Stone Age settlement known as Atlet Yam is located off the coast of Atlet, Israel, and is submerged under the Mediterranean Sea. This once populated location, carbon dated between 8,900 and 8,300 years old, exudes some really eerie sensations. The unexpected desertion of the inhabitants of this culture is thought to have been caused by a volcano that created a tsunami in surrounding cities. Furthermore, some study suggests that Atlet Yam's death was caused by rising sea levels at the time. Unearthed skeletons and burial sites add to the eerie atmosphere. Archaeologists have also discovered piles of ready-to-trade fish that were abandoned swiftly, leading scientists to assume Atlet Yam had to be abandoned quickly. Number 8. Black Smokestacks. We'll have to take a deep dive beneath the waters off the coast of the Galapagos Islands to find this strange thing. In 1976, giant hydrothermal vents spewing black smoke were discovered. These black smokers, which may grow to be nearly 200 feet long, can be found between 8,200 and 9,800 feet below the surface. The ominous black smoke is generated when superheated water from beneath the Earth's crust hits the chilly ocean water. Temperatures in the superheated water can reach 752 degrees Fahrenheit. Various forms of sea life, such as aquatic snails, shrimp, and gigantic tube worms, live in these vents and feed on bacteria that require the minerals contained in the water from the smoke clouds to thrive. Number 7. Ghost Fleet of Chuuk Lagoon. A watery graveyard off the edge of Chuuk Lagoon, once known as Chuuk Atoll, is filled with sunken military ships, planes, trucks, and more. This is because Operation Hailstone, a surprise attack against the Japanese Navy during World War II, took place in this area, which is located northeast of New Guinea. Over 40 ships and hundreds of additional land and air vehicles were sunk as a result of this air and surface bombardment. Many divers visit Chuuk Lagoon every year to see the Ghost Fleet, which is now a tourist attraction. They relate accounts of towering abandoned battleships reclaimed by coral and fish. Human corpses have been discovered among the rubble, so be cautious. Number 6. Great Blue Hole. Here's a massive undersea sinkhole teeming with sharks. The Great Blue Hole, which plunges to a scary depth of 407 feet, is both terrifying and wonderful. Following his own visit to the Great Blue Hole, Jacques Cousteau, the famed French explorer, classified it as one of the world's top 5 diving destinations. Divers may see a variety of fish swimming around in this large sinkhole off the coast of Belize, including the midnight parrotfish. An underwater dive into the Great Blue Hole may be both beautiful and terrifying, given to the presence of reef sharks, bull sharks, and hammerhead sharks in its crystal clear waters. Number 5. The Lost City of Dwarka. Dwarka, Krishna's ancient kingdom, was formerly located in what is now known as Dwarka in northwest India. According to legend, Krishna established his reign in the lost city of Dwarka, a thriving port city that is thought to have vanished when it was drowned under the sea. The ancient city was founded in 574 AD, according to historical documents. However, archaeological discoveries of remains containing old sculptures and pottery in the 20th century have linked them to a city-state that may have existed as early as 1500 BC. The site's photo and video recordings are really gorgeous, and the instantly recognized stone streets and buildings combine for an incredible and terrifying experience. Number 4. Spanish Galleon San Jose. The legend of this buried treasure dates back to 1708, off the coast of Cartagena, Colombia. San Jose, a massive Spanish galleon, was part of a treasure fleet. The San Jose was sunk in battle off the coast of Cartagena, laden with gold, silver, emeralds, and other gemstones obtained from Spain's South American colonies. Because of its estimated value of $17 billion, its exact location is now a closely guarded secret. All but 11 of the ship's 600-strong crew also perished at the bottom of the sea, along with the wealth. Plans are now being made to recover the wealth, but there are still many challenges to overcome. Number 3. Antikythera Mechanism. The next item on the list is a mysterious 2,000-year-old analog computer. Divers discovered a rusted, emerald-green clock-shaped mechanism off the coast of Antikythera, an island north of Crete, in the early 1900s at the site of an ancient Roman shipwreck. The exact purpose of the Antikythera mechanism had long perplexed experts. It was said to have been used to track the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. CT scans of the bronze mechanism were revealed in 2006, revealing what was written on it and what was inside. Researchers are still trying to read the hidden inscriptions, and figure out what happened to many of the missing pieces. The Antikythera mechanism exemplifies how many mysteries lurk in the chilly watery depths, waiting to be unearthed. Number 2. Giant Mysterious Eyeball. When you see this, you won't believe your eyes, or should we say eye. In the early 2010s, a single enormous eyeball the size of a softball was discovered washed ashore on Pompano Beach in Florida. The eyeball was immediately the subject of much conjecture and inquiry. Many people assumed the eyeball belonged to a large animal, such as tuna or deepwater fish, at first. After further investigation, it was discovered that the eye could have come from a big squid. However, following discoveries of bones around the eye, as well as more study, disproved the giant squid theory. Researchers believe the eye belongs to a huge swordfish as of October 2012. So, beachgoers in Florida, beware. Number 1. Chug Canyon. Our trip beneath the seas now takes us to the Pacific Ocean's Bering Sea. The depths of Chug Canyon are unfathomable. Chug is not only the deepest ocean canyon in the world, but it's also more than 2,500 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon. The undersea canyon is both the stuff of wonders and nightmares, since it is home to a plethora of deep-water marine fauna species. A few researchers have attempted to reach the bottom with submersible craft, but none have yet succeeded. Its enormous size adds a slew of challenges that have made exploration challenging to date. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.